Hello, we're HeroClix USA.
From the competitive to the fun-petitive.
We talk about all things HeroClix. And today,
we're going to talk about the Kilted Klassic.
And this was our first major event outside of shop play and personal in-house play.
Oh yes, yep.
So,
if it wasn't league play or in-house play, this was our piece de resistance.
That's
like,
right, the big one, the big chungy wungy, as some people
This is
would
what
call
we
it.
were training for this whole time.
So for the purpose of this video, we just kind of want to talk about our experience there, talk about our team a little bit, and then maybe talk about some of the teams that we saw really exciting, especially the ones in like top 16. We went with our play group.
Yep, the Secret Society of Clicks.
Yes, that's what we voted on. We had shirts and everything.
Yep.
We were
snazzy.
There were 7 of us?
Yes, 7 of us.
I think so. It was either 7 or a couple of us. Yeah, I'm trying to think of everybody, but I think it was 7 of us. And we had one make top cut, top 16. But we will talk about that when we get to there. But let's just talk about our experience. So let's hear it.
So for me, first thing I gotta say is just everyone was just so nice. Like I've been to different places that a lot of crowd, big crowds, and if people are, oh hey, you're a little too close, buddy, get off of me, But this wasn't like that. Everyone was really nice. Everyone was very playing competitively, but they weren't being very they weren't being jerks about things.
Yeah.
About how, I slightly misplayed, I'm gonna move this back here, or I'm gonna do this instead, or they didn't like snip at the rules.
Yeah.
So, which was very refreshing.
I had a great time at the tournament. We went to, it was in Chicago.
Yes.
I think PJ Bolin held the event, and I think he did a great job.
Fantastic.
I think his team did a really good job too, of all the people that were helping work there, and they were all super nice. I think that was the big thing, is I felt like I met like a whole bunch of new people.
It was like walking into an episode of Cheers. Everyone didn't maybe know our names, but we knew everyone else's names as far as the games went. How well did you do?
So I went 3-2. I started out hot 3-0, and then I got destroyed by Jalen playing a ditto matchup, kind of a pseudo ditto matchup. And then in my last game, I lost due to time. I lost to time. It was really close. I think it was by 15 points, and I was like I was 1-star Sapphire knockout from making it to top cuts, and it was really close, but it was really fun.
Also 3-2. I lost my first game to what I was told was impossible, 2 mission points. Tyler Smith absolutely killed it with Kingpin Prime and Indigo 1 and the Watcher. Like, just those combinations. I lost maybe round 4, round 5. It was incredible. Like, it was just bing bang boom, all those mission points.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit, because that's definitely one of the teams we want to highlight.
That's probably my favorite team that I came across on that day. And then there was always that fun little tournament afterwards. So we just, I still got to play afterwards. So.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick before we get into our teams. We played in the not so special HeroClix event, which is no cards, no special powers. The only thing you have is on your dial. Anything on your dials, that's all you got.
Yep, and you didn't have any keywords. You didn't have, if you wanted keywords, it had to be
team abilities.
Team abilities, yes. So for like leadership, I rolled successfully. Okay, well, does that person adjacent have the same team ability? No? Well, then get your extra action, that's it. Other than that, that was it. Just whatever was on the dial.
And it ended up, we both played in it, and then we ended up fighting each other in the finals.
That was actually really fun. I got to play Scott Crampton in the first game. I won 300-30. He played an amazing Green Lantern, KC Green Lantern.
Yep.
That thing is cool, and I want one.
Oh yeah, they're crazy. I saw a lot of those.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
2 or 3 of them at least.
In the actual tournament.
Yes, not necessarily in the not so special one. But
yeah.
In the tournament, the big one, yes, I saw at least 2 or 3.
I played a full power cosmic team except for Aunt May.
Yep.
and then you played Gladi-Daddy.
Yes,
and
sir.
then regular Gladiator.
2 Gladiator Prime, Gladiator, and Shaggy, Cosmic Shaggy. And then
You had Mantis.
Yep, Mantis and Batgirl.
And then Loki. The
And 10-point Loki. Yes, and that filled out 300 points.
I played 150-point Shaggy. I played 65-point Avengers Forever Immortus. I played 50-point Monarch. That Immortus. I also played, who was the other Power Cosmic? I can't remember. Oh, the Collector. I played the Collector for 25 points in Perplex, and then triple target or double target in Cap. But okay, a double. But either way, it was more for the Perplex than anything. And then what I did was, I would let if they went first, I would just wait till they positioned, and then I would put Monarch close by because he has a power top dial, and then a hypersonic speed with Shaggy, and he's swinging 13 for like 5 or 6. It's crazy.
A top dial, yeah, that's
top dial
6 because I believe he has close combat expert with a 4.
Yeah,
so he'll
4
with empower it'd be 6. Oof.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a good time.
That Immortus, let me tell you, was not fun to play against.
But you ended up winning.
But I did. Thanks to the Gladi-Daddy's range of 1 billion.
Yeah.
So far.
But it was a lot of fun. You ended up winning Phoenix.
Phoenix, yes. My first big, actually my first peanut. My first peanut piece. Other than, I think it's Lockjaw. Yeah, I just don't have the legacy card.
The current winner of the Not So Special event.
The current champ. Kilted Klassic champ of Not So Special.
That's right. We got cups. And you got Phoenix.
We did. We got cups, stickers, a pin.
And then you got Phoenix.
You know what? I'm going to deck out that cup. My daughter's using it currently as an ice cold water cup.
Nice.
I don't know why she calls it that, but I might deck it out. That way next year when I go, I'll bring it with me and be like, oh no, see, this is my championship cup.
That's right, the cup. We could play for the cup.
No. If I lose that and my daughter ends up losing it, oh, she'll kill me.
So now we're gonna go over our teams really briefly and just talk about them, just to know that what we played. So why don't you go first, because yours are right there.
Well, let's see. Well, we've already talked a little bit about Iron Hammer. So Iron Hammer is my main attacker. He can see through characters, he can see through hindering, he can see through elevation, he can see through pretty much everything except for blocking. And with that and a range of 7, I had him at the 100-point dial. He has a running shot of 10 with range combat expert, so shooting for 12 for 4 damage. And then when it does hit, and that's triple target on top of that. And whoever isn't targeted that is adjacent to those who were also take 1 penetrating damage. So that right there just has like an ESD effect, or energy explosion. I'm sorry. And it just, that alone is just wonderful. Now, this can stack up a lot of action tokens. So I made sure to bring in Iron Spider, who has leadership. And when you succeed on leadership, it shuts off the effect of equipment. Very handy if you're going up against Apocalypse teams. Very handy. Or Mad Jim. On top of that, he also gives all of my team the Sinister Syndicate team ability. And that is where Chameleon comes in. Chameleon's main purpose in this team is just to give everyone else the wild card team ability. Wild card team ability with Gwen Stacy, who also has leadership and celebrity keyword for Sicarian Iron Man to take tokens off of him. And then also if she dies, turns into the Inguinable Hulk. Also has the Spider-Man team ability. So now my entire team can have the Spider-Man team ability, which gives super senses if they already have it, 4 through 6. Very handy, which also then brings it right back to Iron Hammer. Super senses. If he gets hit and then succeeds on super senses. Oh, no thank you. That attack's gonna go over to this enemy over there.
He redirects the attack.
Redirects the whole thing. as long as he has range and line of fire, which with a range of 7 and can see through it, just about everything, that's breaking for me anyway. And then you have Madam Web for Prob, and then Star Sapphire for the TK, the barrier, the ring. The ring obviously is on, the pink ring is on Star Sapphire. The yellow ring I had on Iron Spider, because if these two are pretty close by, he'll most likely be perplexing up Iron Hammer. The cloak obviously on Sakari and Iron Man. It's just
bread and butter.
That just stuck on there. And you know what? For a little added protection, I threw in a scroll spy. I will never get that down. I will never get that down. Scroll spy. That just sounds so goofy. But as added extra protection, I added him just in case Scrappy Doo came in, Destroyer came in, which surprisingly none of those guys. I saw one Destroyer and he kept forgetting to roll for it. He beat me either way. Didn't matter.
Yeah,
but
that's all good.
That was my team.
Yeah, solid. I mean, like we said, only Iron Hammer in the event, I would say.
Yeah,
I still think he's pretty good. I think he's like a niche pick, but I think he works really well.
I think he's one of those to where if you like gimmicky teams, he's perfect.
Yeah.
He's right up there.
So Scarlet Witch is the tent pole. She's got a broken arm. I have to keep on gluing it back on. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like I knew that going into this game, we were going to see a lot of apocalypses, a lot of Genesis, and dealing with those is really hard. And Pulse Wave is nice, but unless you're running Deathstroke, you're only doing 1 damage on them.
Right. Or unless you're me and decide, hey, there's a brick wall, I'm going to beat it to submission, and you take out 1 Apocalypse for 35 points.
It's so much work. Especially with the Blaze rollout too. Did they do that on you too?
All the time.
Yeah, that really sucks.
It was bad.
So obviously shuts down powers when you power action, and then has a stop click with invincible super senses, and for the rest of the game she has power cosmic, which is amazing. Can't be outwitted. She had the dark hold on her, obviously, because you always want to run the dark hold on her. Sackman, greatest secondary attacker in the game, greatest Swiss Army knife.
I probably one of the best pieces in the entire game. I can't get over how wonderful he is. He's such a great addition to every team.
For the points, what he does, he's just crazy. Venom Magneto for the TK, free TK.
That free TK for, what is he, 35 points?
Yeah,
free
35,
TK.
and can carry 4 people, and energy deflection, super senses, plasticity. Also the leadership as well, had that. I played Wonder Woman Prime. I love this piece. I adore this piece.
So pretty.
She's my favorite Prime right now, just because of the defend, the universalness of having the utility belt and the Green Lantern ring. She's a powerhouse and also a character that you can't ignore because she's gonna wreck you. 12 pen side with 4 damage, but then also has enhancement, so she has all of that plus utility belt, plus Green Lantern
all
ring.
that bad news.
And if someone, including constructs and bystanders, if anyone dies on your team, you heal her up back to click 1, and you get to take their team abilities. That happened a couple times actually. And I was able to take the Mystics team ability from, I think, Wonder Woman Prime here, and then on top of that, another piece was Aunt May, and she was here for healing, but she also had the Spider-Man team ability. So if she died, which she's usually an easy target, easy 10 points, that Spider-Man team ability goes on Wonder Woman Prime, and then she's now a 3 through 6.
3 through 6.
Unoutwittable.
That's a 50%. I mean, you might as well flip a coin at that point.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love it.
And to round it all out, I played Death Metal Wonder Woman. I think she's crazy good.
Yes. I cannot stand this figure. I wish I had this figure, but I cannot stand playing this figure against this figure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, haha, I got one of your best figure. You're just kidding. Okay, and it's healed. Okay.
That's back.
Good. Great. Good. I'm glad to see it back. I didn't like getting beaten up enough.
She's pretty good. She's a tough cookie to crack sometimes, but if you're not going for her first, then you should be, because she will bring anybody back that I want to. But she's really good. Carrier, Blades, Claws, Fangs, Charge Piece, gets Flurry. Super good.
Oh yeah.
I was very proud of this team.
Now, I saw a lot of both of those Wonder Womans in this tournament.
Yeah, they were pretty potent.
They might as well have been holding hands, you know, going through a field of posies. They were just hand in hand that entire tournament.
So let's talk about top 16 real quick, or talk about some of the teams that we saw really interesting and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pull up this new website. Do you want to plug it real quick?
Oh, sure. Go to hcunits.net. This place is great.
Oh yeah, I'm switching exclusively to this.
Yes, like I have already taken out HC Realms and Clix Nexus out of my bookmarks, and this is in. Like,
oh yeah,
this is the only thing I want to like do team builds on now.
Okay, so the first team that we found interesting was our very own Dean Ferguson. If he's watching this, he stuck with this team for like months. And it was not very hard.
He had some ups, he had some downs, but
not
in
hard
the
to
end,
play, just like.
But in the end, he decided he only needed the only Apocalypse.
So he played 1 mana Apocalypse, Grand Prize Apocalypse with the Swordbearer trait.
Oh.
Then Scroll Spy, Sentinel, and then the Destroyer Prime on the sideline, which makes sense. He did really good. He ended up making top 16, but unfortunately he lost to J Major's team, which was the Carnage Silver Surfer, Wonder Woman Prime, Double Apocalypse, Grand Prize, and Genesis, and then the 10-point Carnage. Oh. AKA the money team, as he calls them.
The money team, that is probably the best name for it ever, because that is probably
money
what,
is right.
$2,000-$3,000.
Oh, I don't know.
If not, maybe I don't even know. Like, it hurts my wallet just thinking about it. The team that I fell in love with the most, I ended up losing to my very first game. Tyler Smith, who took 7th place, or at least 7th in the tournament. He was running Mission Point, Kingpin, the Watcher, Mantis, Peepers, the Riddler, the Legacy 37, and Indigo 1. Now, I have to say, I have been trying so hard just to get mission points off the ground. I've been listening to the podcasts. I've been doing as much research as I can. This guy figured it out. He cracked the code to at least make top 16 in a major event. Like, impressive. It pretty much boiled down to he would box himself into a corner and just keep healing the Watcher. Oh, beginning of turn, the Watcher is going to go down to his last click. Indigo 1 is going to go ahead and use support and gain mission points equal to however much he healed. Oh, and then to top it all off, that is just the beginning of it. You get close to him, he brings the Kingpin out to just start whacking you. And if he bumps you into any kind of, corner or any sort of end, that's a couple extra mission points. Yeah. He was scoring 4 to 7, 4 to 8 points a turn. It was nuts.
Yeah, I think this is a really fun team, really cool team, especially with the Indigo Tribe Ring that gives him +1 to healing.
Yep, to whatever they healed. And then the Peepers had the Sinestro Core Ring. That way he could perplex up whoever he needed to. He can see through everything. Yeah. So why not? It's a perfect fit for him.
I'm glad we're seeing Peeper representation.
Yeah.
He's super goofy.
Yeah, he's super weird.
Yeah, really good team. I didn't play against it, but it's a really great mission.
It has inspired me to make my own.
Yeah, it's super fun. And the last team that I want to talk about is Rob Alger's team. I think he had an amazingly interesting idea, and I super love it.
And I didn't catch any of it, so please do tell.
So I've like how you've been doing mission points, trying to figure that out. I've been wondering how Merlin can be played. He played Saki Iron Man with the Cloak of Levitation, pretty standard. He played 2 Saturnines, one with the Web Shooters and one with the Radioactive Clay. And Saturnine has a cool telekinesis power that says that if you TK your character next to an opposing character, you could take an action token off of that character. So Sakir and Iron Man would literally just go out and fight people. and if he didn't hit his willpower, then Saturnine would just do that with a range of 8, mind you.
Oh.
So double Saturnine. And then he had a small, minuscule X-Men swap that was really, really needed though. He played the Mr. Sinister X-Men slop that gives him rally dice that he can replace with the 1.
Oh, the one that makes a clone of himself?
He doesn't make clones. He's a rare he's a rare from the slop, and he has a rally dice that anytime you roll a 1, he gets it. Anytime anyone rolls a 1, excuse me, he gets it. But it states that anytime after a finalized attack roll, you can use one of his rally dice to replace it, and it's a 1. So you can make people crit miss.
Oh no!
So that's why it's crazy.
That is very crazy.
And then he has Professor X, 25 points standard, and then Bay the Blood Moon, which is 40 points just for the swaps. And Bay the Blood Moon swaps out into X-Men X-Men Rise and Fall.
Yep.
Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, that's the one that makes the clone.
Yeah. And then also Professor X switches into Moira McDaggart.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot her today.
Yeah, and then she rally dices Mr. Sinister, and that's her only job. So you're always getting rally dice.
And she's wonderful. She power action, give a rally die.
Yep.
Power action, give a rally die.
So that's the team. So it's basically a choke team. Chokes you of all the free actions you can do. And I think it's super cool. I'm super excited to take a look at what else this can do. And Mr. Sinister right now is actually pretty cheap. He's like a $10 figure.
Probably not for long.
Yeah.
Now that it is making big news.
Yeah, but this is a really niche team. So I don't know.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Rob, you did a great job, man.
Oh, it was great. It was awesome.
I'm not probably qualified enough to say that, but you did better than mine.
Yeah, you got second place. So there are some other great teams. Also, if you want to check it out, any of the other teams, check out that website, hcunits.net. And make sure you go to the Explore tab. You can go to tournaments and then check out the Kilted Klassic where you can see all the top 16 teams.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. We've been HeroClix USA, and we'll talk to you in the next time when we talk about all things HeroClix.
Take it easy.